He admitted it had been far too long since he last checked in on Coach Liu or offered any real support. He explained his focus was on restructuring the company to ensure she would have a perfect environment to excel in later. The renovation plans for the fitness centers were already underway, and she would soon be tasked with inspecting the final results. He surprised her by revealing her new official role as a highly paid special consultant within the Human Resources Department. She expressed her deep gratitude, touched that he had kept her in his thoughts despite his busy schedule. She playfully admitted her mind was occupied by him and his overwhelming presence, though he teased that wasn't enough. He toyed with her, suggesting that even her current level of devotion wasn't quite meeting his expectations. Their playful banter continued until he jokingly warned her to stop, claiming he was starting to feel a bit sympathetic toward her. He received an invitation to the soft opening of a new bar, where he was expected to appear in his capacity as a shareholder. The venue was packed with a lively crowd, most of whom seemed to be acquaintances of his business partner. An old face from his school days approached him, reintroducing himself after years of studying away in the city. He was quickly pulled toward a group of former classmates, all eager to reconnect and share a drink together. The group marveled at his transformation, noting that the most attractive boy from their class had grown into an even more impressive man. When asked about their host, they explained he was tied up with business but had insisted they start the festivities without him. The crowd whispered in awe at the sight of his luxury timepiece, realizing the wealthiest person in the room had finally arrived. A classmate pointed out their shared lack of female company, suggesting he use his charms to invite some beautiful girls over. He declined the suggestion, noting the room was already full of beauty and encouraging his friend to make a move himself. His attention shifted toward a familiar girl in the crowd, wondering why a popular cosplayer was acting as an assistant to a streamer. He found himself curious about how she would react if a stranger tried to approach her for her contact information. He pointed out two attractive women nearby, prompting his friend to confidently step up and try his luck. The friend felt confident, believing his expensive pilot watch would be enough to impress and win over the sophisticated women. Despite his efforts, the women gave suspicious excuses for not sharing their details, leaving him baffled by their rejection. Suddenly, a familiar voice called out his name from across the crowded room. She accused him of playing games, claiming she had spotted him the moment he arrived and wondered if he was testing her loyalty. He smoothed things over, insisting he hadn't seen her yet and promising he wouldn't have let anyone else near her if he had. She asked how they should act in front of others, and he told her to be herself, finding her direct personality refreshing. A popular influencer was introduced to the group, boasting a massive following and a humble attitude that charmed the table. The group welcomed her warmly, quickly turning their attention to her beautiful companion and asking for her name. She introduced herself simply, maintaining a quiet but graceful presence beside her more famous friend. A toast was called to celebrate the new gathering, marking the beginning of a night of new connections and friendships. When asked if she wanted a drink, she hesitated but agreed to have one for the sake of the company. He offered to share a drink with her, promising to keep it light so she wouldn't feel pressured. She was surprised by the mild taste, noting it felt more like a soda than a typical alcoholic beverage. She pivoted the conversation toward her business dreams, asking when he might consider funding her startup. He questioned the viability of her media company, pointing out the risks involved for someone without a massive existing fanbase. He made it clear that his current focus remained on the fitness center, leaving her media project on the back burner for now. His partner finally arrived and dragged him back to the main group, wondering why he had wandered off so far. His friend jokingly accused him of once again attracting the most stunning woman in the entire building. He laughed off the comment, suggesting that perhaps she had been the one to seek him out instead. She boldly confirmed his theory, admitting she couldn't resist his charm and was completely captivated by him. His friends could only watch in envy as he effortlessly commanded the room and the attention of everyone in it.